Time to take you out to the community of Pismo Beach, where we are watching the wave energy here. And the thing is, this is the safest way to watch it. The roar is incredible. There's so much energy in the water right now. You do not want to turn your back to it. You don't want to get in it unless you're an expert. We're talking about some waves here that are as big as they get. We're talking about 25 footers. That's significant. Again, we showed you the Santa Cruz Wharf and the damage done there today. This is a look at some of the wave sizes here and all the energy in the water. All of this is coming from winter storms and that pattern of the storms creating a lot of wind, putting the wind into the water. Even though a storm system doesn't hit us directly, oftentimes the waves will. They track to the north, as this next one is going to do, and there's going to be elevated surf much of the week. And again, right now we're looking at 10 to 15 footers on the buoys. And that means the breakers are even bigger than that. So when you combine that plus high tide in the overnight hours, all of this energy rushing on shore, you get a high surf warning and a coastal flood advisory for the west-facing Central Coast. 18 to 25 feet, peaking this afternoon into tomorrow morning, then decreasing. But then we'll probably just go from the warning to an advisory, and that's what we have in the East Santa Barbara Channel, 8 to 12 feet here, and then they're coming down to about 6 to 10, which is still elevated for the channel. Okay, we had this plan. We were going to show you Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it's 32 degrees. It is snowing ahead of the game with the Saints. And of course, the Saints play in a dome in Louisiana, so it's going to be pretty interesting for Monday Night Football there. Really, just looking at the rest of the country, there's some significant travel issues in the Northeast. Yes, we've got some rain out here in the West, but it's not going to be a huge storm for us. In Northern California, there's a series of storms. We're only going to get into this one likely as we get into tomorrow morning. So let's talk a little bit about when it rains. First, a surge of low clouds back into the coastal valleys tonight. But then tomorrow morning from about 7 o'clock into early in the afternoon, a frontal boundary moves through the area, hitting us with some pretty decent rainfall on the north coast in northern San Luis Obispo County, where up to a ½ inch of rain is possible. Most of the area is going to see less than a tenth in Santa Barbara County and less than 2/10 in San Luis Obispo County. And after that, the rest of the systems, I think, stay to the north. So my extended forecast, maybe another opportunity on Friday, but it's a fairly minor one. So again, 1/10 to a ½ in San Luis Obispo County, but it's going to be a 1/10 or less for much of Santa Barbara County, especially the south coast. And when the front comes through, the winds are going to be a little bit gusty briefly here as the front starts snaking through the area from about, say, 7 o'clock in the morning. Here it comes. You can see the winds, and they're just going to be at times up to, say, 25 miles per hour. We know that with showers oftentimes picks up. So there's our storm system. It's cold air behind that. So again, today we saw temperatures in the 60s and 70s. This is going to push temperatures down. And then there's a series of systems after this into the Pacific Northwest, but this ridge right in here likely protects us until we get into Friday. Then I think the next system is close enough here to brush us with a rain opportunity. But if your travels take you to the Bay Area or north later on this week through the Christmas travel period, you're going to want to pay attention to the forecast with the KSBY microclimate weather app, because it has a live Doppler radar, watches, warnings, and everything you need for travel. It's free. Just go to the App Store, Play Store, whatever you like. Now, there you go. Extended forecast. You see those temperatures pushing back up towards 70 degrees for the weekend. But tomorrow, back into the upper 50s and low 60s with showers and waves. See you at 5.